2024, and we're asking year 4 children, so 8, 9-year-olds, to do a multiplication test, which they have to do at speed. They have 6 seconds to answer 25 questions. And we ought to be asking ourselves, what is the objective of this test? Is it appropriate in 2024, given what we know about human development? And is it really needed for the future economy? Or could we be doing something more productive with 8, 9-year-olds, which would be more useful? This is a parrot. This is a child. A parrot can learn by rote. Parrots do have big brains for birds, but they don't have anything like the size of brain that a developing human has, and a human develops their brain in layers and sequentially over the first 25 years of its life. It's quite a complex task. You don't want to wrap it up in activities which are a waste of time. You want the child to be using all its senses, and particularly its brain using sound, vision, motor skills, so it can really understand complex problems. I'm not sure rote learning is going to do that. We know from data that children, by the time they are 8, 9, their focus should become sharp enough, that holding a really serious focus, so their brain can do processing. It is not until you can get that really sharp focus and the eyes stay together consistently that the brain can start seeing and manipulating pattern. Times tables are patterns. What you really want a human to be able to do is see a pattern. So when they see the 100 square, they're actually seeing the pattern of, say, the times 12 times table. They can visualize all the patterns, that they can copy the patterns, that they can extend a pattern, and they understand how the pattern extends and how it keeps repeating. You want them to be able to manipulate patterns in their mind's eye so that they can do complex maths. It is the brain that does the seeing. It is the brain that sees and manipulates pattern. We need to teach the brain to do some quite complex things. In order for that to happen, both eyes need to be working together. We don't check, and I'm absolutely certain when they set up the times tables test, no one checked children were sitting up with good postural control and could go over their midline. That is vital for understanding the whole picture. We didn't check they could sound processing, that's vital for sequencing, and we certainly didn't check they could work with 2 eyes, so we don't know if they can see and manipulate patterns, but we're testing them by rote. That is not a lot of use for a future where we've got artificial intelligence, where we have calculators and computers. We currently have a curriculum which isn't really fit for the 20th century, never mind the 21st. We have no proper checks to ensure children are getting physical development in posture or bilateral integration. We have no proper checks to ensure that all children are sound processing, so can sequence properly. We have no checks to make sure that children are working with 2 eyes. It's crazy. If we want our children to be fit to learn, we've got to actually check, support their development, and then play all sorts of activities that develop mastery of those skills. Let's actually make education appropriate to the 21st century.